Randall saying, no, not me.
John Haggerty didn't have too far to go on this play, but John Robinson, I think he's going to sleep pretty well after the game.
Yeah, well, Pat's it, man.
Number 41, offense, 5-yard penalty.
It was Byers that actually got the penalty on him.
You were starting to mention about Pat Haggerty?
Well, Pat's, you know, the penalty is okay, but when you have those penalties way down the field, the guy's got to run about 40 yards. And Pat said, man, I've been doing this for 25 or 30 years here now. Give me a break. I always liked Pat because Pat had a way about him that made you believe that the game was the issue and that he was there just to make the game better.
Second and 12. Intercepted. A fourth pass batted down. This one caught by Naitu Tuatagaloa. Rufus Porter got a hand on it first.
Here we get a look again. It's a screen pass. They're trying to get just the quick dump ball. See the screen start to form. They cut Rufus to get his hands down, but the ball was thrown a little late, and he got back up and made the play, and then got the ball caught by one of the defensive linemen. Rufus Porter did the job that time, and actually the offensive tackle probably cut him a little too soon and let Porter go down, back up, bat the ball in the air.
Little things, those are the things coaches like to see when they take a look at the tape. The hustle by Rufus Porter, down but got back up and disrupted the play.
It's a resilient group of men that play defense for Seattle. They've been that way all year. They're coached by one of the best defensive coaches in the league, Tom Catlin.
And that's also an indication that indeed the Hawks have not given up on the season. Well, sacked that time.
Well, I think that draw play that I've been talking about, now's the right time to run the draw. Let's get out of here. We got a tie game. Because the worst thing that happens, if you can't protect and you let these guys start coming at you, they get excited. It's like a shark fest there or something. Boy, they come alive. And that's not good news for Seattle when that happens.
But it's a tie ball game. 10 apiece. Again, the Seahawks playing aggressively, could not plenty to cheer about. Seattle all tied with Philadelphia at 10 apiece. James Brown along with John Robinson. And John, I guess for someone just tuning in, they may say, gosh, Philadelphia is playing down to the level of Seattle, but that's not the case.
No way. Seattle has had an excellent first half, and I think Philadelphia is playing well, too. This is an even football game, and I think it's going to be close all the way to the finish. Seattle's doing a good job of not letting that pass rush overwhelm them so far.
All right, a 10-10 ball game here at the half as we get set to start the third quarter of play. Chris Warren will take it from the goal line. And Warren turning the corner. Finally tackled by William Frizzell at about the 24. From the first half, the big note there, the penalty yards against Philadelphia, 136 penalty yards, and I mentioned before 157, the most Philadelphia has had in one ball game. But John, you made an interesting comment that the penalty yards have to be looked at in perspective.
Well, they're not sloppy type penalties. They're penalties on pass interference, on plays where receivers were going to make big catches if they didn't interfere. So that kind of has a connotation that, gee, we're playing lousy, but that's not true. I think Philadelphia's playing well.
Gelbaugh, the handoff to Chris Warren, and Warren up near about the 28. This game is presented by authority of the National Football League, and this CBS telecast is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of CBS, the Seattle Seahawks, and the National Football League is prohibited. 14:25 left in the third quarter play. Stan Gelbaugh, you've seen him play before. I guess just an average quarterback, John?
Well, he's a smart average quarterback, and if he can continue to be smart, not expose himself to that pass rush, he's got a chance to have a good football game and get his first NFL win.
And he had to get rid of that one quickly. Did they call it a catch? The officials were a little hesitant on that one, but in fact it is a catch. Tommy Kane, as Seth Joyner was coming up in the face of Stan Gelbaugh, he got rid of it quickly.
And we got a look there of him being smart. Go back 5 steps, get the ball off, throw it as quickly as you can, and if it's complete, great. If it's incomplete, fine. But don't hold it. Let those big sack guys come after you.
And that was good enough for a first down. 1st and 10, Seahawks. Ball at their own 36, all tied at 10 apiece here at the Kingdome. throw set. Gelbaugh under pressure from White. Gets rid of it. Fade pattern. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Brian Blaze, as we take a look at what Stan Gelbaugh had to face from Philadelphia in the first half.
Well, the interception, the poor throw in the interception was the only time he really, got himself in a big problem. Fortunately, his defense came on and stopped him. But he had a good first half, I think, considering what we have. The last time Reggie White was playing right on the center, playing nose man, and again put immediate pressure on him, but he got the ball off, got the throw deep, gets a chance now to think about a draw play. A screen pass here on second down.
Warren and Williams the backs on 2nd and 10. And Reggie White with his second sack of the ball game. 121.5 on his career. That's the 4th sack by the Eagles.
Well, this time he's not on the nose man. He's coming, but he is on the left end position, and he just comes so fast. This is the thing that Seattle has to be careful of taking the negative yardage. Now they're 3rd down and 1,000,000. Here you see Reggie, and watch him come. Watch how fast he gets off the mark here. Look at the power right through. Hitchcock really doesn't have much of a chance, and he's through with great power, great quickness, great power. Now we're 3rd down and 20, and here's where you cannot take another sack. They've got to just...
Defensive backs in as John L. Williams. No doing on the draw, no gain on the play. Andy Harmon with the tackle. Andy Harmon is certainly one guy Richie Kotite is very high on as well.
This time you could hear the fans boo and say, gee, why didn't you throw it? But they probably should have run 2 draw plays and punted the football and not lost that yardage. When you have that big a pass rush and that insecure an offensive line, you cannot put that quarterback in repeated jeopardy. It was the 3rd down draw was a good one. I think they might have been better served to using it on 2nd down.
Rick Tootin back at his own 15. Sekahima from the 30. Slowed up, but still picks up another 5. A 43-yard punt, 10-yard return as we take a look at the Minister of Defense, Reggie White. Randall always with a seemingly placid look or calm look on his face, but he's also faced a little pressure, John.
Well, again, as we said, both very good defensive teams, and he has been under pressure. You know, he's so capable of making the big play. He made the big long pass to Barnett early in the game, and then the run for a 1st down. They got a penalty, and then the bootleg into the end zone for the touchdown.
Randall 9 of 16 for 118 yards, 1 interception. 1st and 10 from the Eagles 40. Cunningham has a 4th pass batted down. Jeff Bryant, 6'5", 281 out of Clemson, 11th year player, the veteran along the line.
You know, you start wondering about why do certain players bat balls down. A lot of times it's a guy that doesn't have a real good pass rush. Here we're going to get a look. Watch a Barnett coming from the outs there, and there's just not much there. And you know, the ball, he really didn't put that much pressure, but he's far enough away to see him throw it and bat the ball down.
2nd and 10. 12-10 left in the 3rd on the draw. Sherman. And Sherman runs into Rufus Porter, Rod Stevens and company. Joe Nash also there. A gain of 3 nonetheless by Heath Sherman. Rob Selby, number 75, is in there for Mike Shadd, the left guard.
Well, I think Shadd's deserves some rest. He's got that Kennedy on him all day. Say, hey, man, you take it for a little while.
He was one guy, Mike Shadd, not glad to hear about Cortez Kennedy being so emotionally fired up for this game in honor of his good friend, Jerome Brown, God rest his soul.
Offensive linemen, they hate to see those kind of guys fired up.
3rd and 7 from the 43. Cunningham to a wide open Fred Barnett. And Barnett finally tackled inside the 15. Boy, what a play. A 43-yard pass play. So Barnett has got a 52-yarder and a 43-yarder. 3 catches for 103 yards on the afternoon by Fred Barnett.